In this video, I'm going to discuss the latest application rate for June 2026 BTO launch. Let's start with two-room flexi first. So this chart is showing the total supply and demand for two-room flexi across all applicants category. And as predicted, Bukit Merah still holds the lead with close to 2,500 applicants. The runner-up is Bishan with more than 1,500 applicants. Right now, for all towns, two-room flexi already has more demands versus the supply. Interestingly, the town with the least amount of applicants right now is Ang Mo Kio. So if you can see, as of today, there are 676 applicants for two-room flexi in Ang Mo Kio, and that's even less than Woodlands and Sembawang. Now let's talk about the two-room flexi application rate for seniors. Woodlands right now still holds the lead with 2.9, and Bishan is the runner-up with 2.6, and the second runner-up goes to Bukit Merah. As of now, it looks like the application rate is still in manageable range because it's still less than 10, so it's not so crazy, at least for seniors. Now for singles, the story is a little bit different. In Woodlands, the application rate for singles already reached 14.1 because of the limited supply in Woodlands. For Bukit Merah, which is the runner-up, right now the application rate stands at 5.8, and the second runner-up is Bishan with 5.5. Interestingly, Ang Mo Kio has lower application rate among other towns in this June 2026 BTO launch. Comment down below if you know why Ang Mo Kio has the least amount of applicants and also lowest application rate for singles compared to other towns. I want to know your opinion, so please comment down below. Now let's look at the two-room flexi application rate for first-timer families. The most subscribed right now is Woodlands with 0.7, and then for the other four towns, they are all still very well under 0.5. This is because not many first-timer families are applying for two-room flexi. Next, let's talk about the two-room flexi application rate for second-timer families. Woodlands is the most subscribed with 1.9, which is rounding to a flat number versus yesterday. And then for other towns, there aren't much progression either. They are either same as yesterday or only moving by 0.1. Now, let's talk about three-room flats. Currently, I'm showing the total supply and demand for three-room flats. As you can see, Bukit Merah has the highest amount of applicants with 404 applicants so far, and then the runner-up is Woodlands with 288. For three-room, there are only 206 applicants for Sembawang, making Sembawang the least popular town for three-room flats. Now let's take a look at the three-room application rate for first-timer families. Right now, Woodlands takes the lead with 1.8, and then Ang Mo Kio and Bukit Merah is still tied with 1, and then Sembawang is still undersubscribed with 0.5. So if you are first-timer families and you want to apply for three-room, it seems that you still have a chance even in mature towns such as Bukit Merah and Ang Mo Kio. Next up, let's go to three-room application rate for second-timer families. Currently, the most popular town is Bukit Merah, where the application rate already reached 15, and then the runner-up is Ang Mo Kio with 14.3. The lowest application rate for second-timer families for three-room is in Sembawang with 3.4. Now let's take a look at four-room flats. This is the total supply and demand among all types of applicants, and then Bukit Merah is still the most popular town with 3,651 applicants, which is quite a jump versus yesterday, because yesterday there were only slightly over 3,100 applicants, but now there's already more people applying to Bukit Merah. And then the runner-up is Bishan with more than 2,500 applicants. The only town where the total supply is still more than the demand is Sembawang, because there are 764 units available, but then there are only 472 applicants so far among all applicants category. Now let's deep dive into four-room application rate for first-timer families. Woodlands is taking the lead with 3.2, followed by Bishan with 2.6, and then the second runner-up goes to Bukit Merah with 2.3. If you haven't applied yet, seems like Ang Mo Kio and Sembawang gives you the biggest chance, because right now both of them still have lower than 1 application rate. Next one for second-timer families for four-room flats. Obviously, it's more high in terms of the application rate because there are small amount of supply being allocated to second-timer families. Bukit Merah already reached 16.5, followed by Bishan with 11.6. And then the second run-up is Woodlands with 10.6. Now let's look at the bigger flat, specifically 5-room and also 3-gen flats. So there are only 2 towns offering large flats options. which is Sembawang and Woodlands. And for Woodlands, it is already oversubscribed because there are 564 applicants applied already for Woodlands, whereas for Sembawang, again, it's not so popular because even though they have 623 units available, but then the total demand is only 289. In terms of application rate for first-timer families, Woodlands is at 1.7, while Sembawang is at 0.3. And sad to say, but I am predicting that many of the 5-room and 3-gen flats in Sembawang will end up in future SBF. That is my prediction because typically when we already reach like day 5, the trend is already set even though we wait until day 7 or day 8. Usually, the most popular town will remain to be popular and then the least popular town will stay behind. So that's my prediction. It will go to SBF process. But having said that, if you wait until SBF, the price usually will be more expensive. So if you are ready to apply now and you are interested in bigger flats, I suggest just apply now. And then next we have the application rate for second-timer families. For Woodlands, the rate is 7 and then for Sembawang is 2.2. For reference, here is the latest HDB application rate and come back again tomorrow if you want to know the latest number. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. To support my work, you can give a one-time tip by pressing the thanks button, pick the amount that you want, and click buy and send. Or you can also press the join button for exclusive contents and monthly membership. Your support means a lot to keep us independent. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!